Hey guys. So I just got a personal best in Streets of Rage 2 Max Normal, and I figured I'd share it with you. Players are at the default of 3. The reason why I picked normal is because all Mania mode does, all the hard modes, is just make the enemies have more life, and that just doesn't make a lot of sense for a speedrun. I know most people say, oh, hardest difficulty or nothing, right? But it just makes it kind of boring. And Max, the reason I pick him is because he's not cheap like Axel. But he's cheap in different ways, fun ways. You know, like the throw loops are great. He allows greater damage potential should things go right for you, and he hits a lot of enemies at once. You know, like if you atomic drop somebody into a pile of enemies, they all get hit for a lot of damage. As you can see here, they're getting hit by suplexes and the like. And you should just always play a grappler in this type of game, in my opinion. It's just too much fun. So what you're going to be seeing a lot is me mashing slide when the screen is advancing, and this basically forces, I wasn't supposed to get hit by him, but this forces the enemies to spawn right in front of you, right? Like, I think they always, all the lesser enemies spawn right in your line of sight, but off screen. So if you're sliding on the edge like this, you're just hitting everybody as they're spawning. So this is good, and you should always advance the screen to as far as it can go before fighting, because you'll train a bunch of enemies behind you and then you can hit them all at once, which saves time, like that. So atomic drops are done by going behind them, but it's a pretty tricky thing to do. You actually have to hold a diagonal direction if you want it to be consistent. That was a pretty good fight. But yeah, if you want it to be consistent, you have to hold a diagonal direction and sort of walk through them as they're becoming vulnerable. I didn't know this for a long time, so I was like, how do people atomic drop so many people in these, you know, task videos and such? But no, makes sense. It's not like a task trick. It's actually not that bad. It's kind of freestyle the way I tackle these areas. Sometimes you just have to go hit the special move a little bit more often than you want, even though it spends health, because you're pressed for time, and if they're far away, you don't want to just walk all the way up and try and grab them. I could have atomic, see, I mistimed that. I could have had an atomic drop. So this is the bear punch combo. Don't jump on her wake up. It's not a good idea. Her or the karate men. But the bear punch combo, you can do 2 knees and then 5 slaps, and that's the most damaging combo. And it's the alternative to the atomic drop, really, because you can't do an atomic drop from the front, and the regular front throw is not that strong. The only downside, of course, is that it's very slow, and enemies can hit you out of it once you start doing it. So sometimes you can get Barbin to block the shoulder tackle and then take basically infinite damage. You can do that on a couple enemies in this game, and maybe there's a consistent way to get him to do it, but it seems kind of random getting him to block the shoulder tackle. So that's stage 1. Pretty straightforward. So stage 2 is the introduction of bikers, and you have to know where they're coming from, and there are very subtle manipulations to make less bikers appear on screen. As you see, I did a preemptive jumping elbow to avoid the bike. And generally, once they fall off the bike, you want to move out of that plane so you don't get hit by the explosion that you don't even see off screen. So you hear me walking down while after slaying him. And I guess if you push the screen forward as soon as possible, or just with a certain number of enemies on the screen, other bike guys don't spawn. Like, I think some gray bikers can come from behind in that fight if by the time you get to the end of the screen there's no one on the screen with you. But since there's 4 guys on the screen here, I don't get the gray bikers to spawn. I haven't done extensive testing, but pretty sure. Yeah, but this stage, not too bad. Raw and Kitty. Just sliding in specific spots so I avoid the bikes. Now the bike section is over with. And there's a turkey. I'm just kind of saving it. I'm getting piped a lot by this guy. I didn't notice that. But the last run is so bad to me that it doesn't matter. I save tons of time. So if I grab him from the front, I just do the slap combo because otherwise you have to throw him and then do another wake-up trick, and it takes just as long. It's not really worth it. The bikers have stiff jabs, and they tend to interrupt everything you do. Especially off-screen, you'll get punched in the back of the head if you're trying to do stuff like that. You can break through this wall with a slide, which saves a little time. But I did it too early. So instead he has to go into the pre-can animation of the lariat. So I'll do a shoulder tackle at the beginning to try and get as close to the edge of the screen before it scrolls as I can, and then I'll start sliding. Just to make sure I'm at the edge. I grab a turkey here, I think, even though I don't want to. Like, whoops. But it doesn't matter, I guess. So, against Jet, you can grab him. There's one specific instance. You can do it, and that's when he goes to the high triangle jump style dive kick. But he crossed me up there. But it's still kind of iffy. So instead you can do the axe handle smash, or the lariat, or throw enemies into him, which I think I use all of those things. I didn't hit him, should've. Ooh, I got a slide at... that was really weird. I guess you can catch him with a... Yeah, see, that would have been the perfect one to grab him. That short little triangle jump. If you spam Lariat, you don't waste health until it hits somebody, so you can just keep spamming it. And of course, Lariat has big invulnerability frames. Make you basically impervious to the enemy's attack, so it's fun to do. Stage 3 is kind of long, but I don't think anything went really wrong like it usually does. It's a pretty fun stage, but just a lot of screens to it, like a lot of different changes of scenery. Nothing of note here, just doing my business. I said forget that delicious cake or apple. It looks like a giant apple to me. They're playing the arcade cab. Bare Knuckle 1, which that's the Japanese name for Streets of Rage. I did not shoulder tackle there because I wanted a green guy to be waiting there for me. Otherwise he might be off screen. Atomic Drop, of course, the most damaging grab. Sometimes you German suplex like that by accident because you're not expecting the back grab. I could be better about that. And I'm just going to shoulder ram through. And that was pretty good. I mean, I was getting chucked by these signals, but other than that, I had them all where I wanted them. I thought that was it, but then there's the red guy. And if you know where the enemies are going to fall, you can set up for atomic drops with the shoulder tackle slide stuff to get there as soon as possible. And that's used a lot. This guy with his freaking karate punch. See, like this takes over a bar of health, this combo, so of course I'm just going to complete it rather than do the wake-up game. The meaty slide and the meaty elbow are Max's tricks to get enemies to do what you want them to on their wake-up. So these ninjas are usually frustrating, but you can use the chaos of the enemies to just wreak havoc on them, which is what I was trying to do. Once you knock them down, it's easy to just get behind them and do some atomic drop stuff. So that went really well. Usually I'm dead once or twice over. All my runs before this were not 1 credit clears, so basically terrible. It takes a lot of time to die and respawn all those times. Plus, when you die, you lose all your lives, you gotta enter the initials, so you gotta mash through that. It takes more time. This is a bad combo of enemies. Lisa and Bino, her name. Look at this guy. So I don't think I employ any special grabs here because he keeps punching me. And you can't get by him on wake up because he'll just do that stiff jab again. So instead I was trying to play it safe, but I was sliding too close. If you slide really far away, you'll just hit with the tip of your toes and it won't knock him down, which then you can walk up and do the grab loops that you want. There's a turkey. Stay away from the explosions. There's 2 turkeys in this alien ship. These guys come out of the ground. I don't know why. It's fucking weird. So this is a theme park, I guess? Or is this a real alien ship at the theme park? Is that what I'm gathering? It feels like that's what this is. The actual alien ship is here at the theme park. Look at those xenomorph walls. So now I'm going to bring all the enemies to the mid-boss. Is this the only mid-boss? No, it can't. No, it's not. What am I saying? But he is a very unique enemy. He's only one of its kind, so I don't really have a strat for him. I just jump up and axe handle smash, and then try to throw enemies into him. Of course, I was doing that wrong. Oh, if they throw you, it hits it as well. I don't know if it does damage. I think it does damage your body throwing into it. So there we go. Yeah, it does do damage because he had no health left, which is interesting. So now you want to slide on the edge of the screen as soon as possible so you can get this ninja, because otherwise ninjas are mysterious pain. So there's the turkey. Get out the way. Grab this. Usually you can atomic drop him, but I walked through him too early. And now I have to play the waiting game. When he's just the right position, you can shoulder tackle like that, and you get him to whiff that punch. And then he'll automatically be in block stun when you do the shoulder tackle. Does a ton of damage. And it was a nice recovery for something that could have been terrible. Now here's the baseball stadium. Fun stage. Just very straightforward. It doesn't really matter if you scroll the screen forward here, I don't think. Knife guy though, look out. They always get you, the knife guy. You're just not expecting the knife guys, and they move in such mysterious ways. Do baseball, look at that sign. What does that even mean? It's like boo. Trying to get these bench guys in grabs, but they will not get off the benches. I said forget it, I don't want to get karate comboed. Shoulder tackle and then just be done with it. There you go. Grab the pipe, which weapons are useless. I mean, that was a really good atomic drop there. Donovans could have been assholes. Donovan is the anti-air character, so you don't jump at Donovan unless you do it from really far away with an elbow. Donovan is the shirtless dude. Even when he's not called Donovan, we just call him Donovan. Those are signals, punks. Donovan is the shirtless dude. Galcia is the guy in the blue jean vest or whatever. Galcia is the MVP of the generation though. He's the boss in every boss battle. It seems like there's a Galcia that wants to mess everything up. I got lucky with that. I killed one of those whip ladies outright, not even realizing it. Metal M. She's pretty metal. I don't know. I said forget that. You can slide under the belly flop, but you have to be, it's a pretty specific timing. And then you get right into an atomic drop from it, so it's nice, but boom. Not quite enough to do them in. Just punch them. So elevator sequences are pretty fun actually. The enemies fall in set patterns, at least the regular ones. There's some variants to the karate guys that fall in this one, but I can just stand where enemies are going to be. I messed up my elbow, I should have jumped forward. Byakuto Ko, what the name is that? So once you know the several spawns where to stand, just remember to hold diagonal. Don't hold it, but obviously, but you know, when they land, as they're landing, then you hold diagonal up, forward, or down, back, or however you're walking through them. Don't just hold forward. It's not as good. A lot of times you won't get it on special enemies. Yeah, it's fun. Donovan, see, you gotta do elbows from far away. Otherwise, you're in trouble. So I moved out of the way of that one. Wanted to get him to spawn. Oh yeah, and there's the elevator throw loop. If your back's against the elevator wall, you can just hold up, and as the enemy gets up, you get him right into atomic drops. Another reason why max is the way to go. So now we're gonna fight a wrestler, and normally you can't grab the wrestler, but we figure out ways to grab him anyways. It's just fun. So I'm gonna walk into the wall and then do an elbow, and then hey, get him to do that punch, and I just atomic drop him. A lot of times he doesn't behave though; it does that instead. Which there's an answer for that. I should have seen that coming. But the slap combo and the shoulder tackle is also good. I messed up my atomic drop, but that's okay. Because I'm just going to spam special. And he's dead. That's a pretty good fight compared to the last one. Just want to mash start and all the buttons when those score screens come up. Okay, so you see me do the lariat there. If you hold forward and hit A, which is the shoulder tackle, and you do it like, I guess in the first couple frames of you being able to move, it'll just be a lariat. I'm not sure what frames. It's very unfair because it's part of your timing to do shoulder tackle as soon as possible. And yet, you actually have to wait like a frame or two. So we're gonna see the return of Byakuto. Byatsiko. I don't know. There's also a very tricky Donovan that's just off screen. See, we slide. I know he's there, and instead I'm just trying to lure him, like, because he doesn't even show up. He's just not even. You could stand there the whole time. He would never come out of that alcove. So that was just a plan, shoulder tackle to slide to get those atomic drops on the kickboxer. And here's another back against the wall throw loop. So the boat is a terrible, I mean, it can go terribly, you know. Do not spam specials. You need all your health that you can get. So I was supposed to shoulder ram immediately and not do the lariat. And then 6 slides into a jump elbow, and you can actually get a grab on Jet. But of course it didn't work out. But I got a slide into shoulder, which is great. He's almost dead now. As long as you just, yeah, there we go. As long as you just throw enemies around, you'll probably hit them. Use your time efficiently, you know, don't just take out one enemy at a time. Use all the fodder enemies to hit Jet out of his dive attacks and stuff. I tried to, man, I was so close to atomic him and ending his reign of terror there. Ninjas are just, ugh. Ninjas and grenades. Just stay on the top of the wall. Get out of the way. You know, when they show up. Grenades can hit the enemies, but they don't seem to damage them, so it's kind of a shame. Got some ninja over here that needs a punching. And I was thinking it was pretty bleak here. I'm gonna lose a life. But I think I pull it out. Gotta go for the slap. Garcia was about to punch me. He was like, I'm gonna hit him. I want this guy. And luckily there's a turkey, and then bam. So, if you lariat at the right time on wake up, if you're standing right on his sprite, like I am, you will just, he'll do a Dragon Punch and you'll just go through the entire thing with the invulnerability. And then he's gonna hit me, which ruins it, but it doesn't matter, I'll just do a couple more lariats. That was an amazing boat. Everything went spick and span. We saved a minute. Which is great. The jungle. I don't know what to say about this stage. It's not that hard, but the boss fight certainly is not plannable. There is a setup you can do, like a pixel perfect setup to practice an emulator. But then, of course, it doesn't ever seem to work on consoles, so play an emulator, you might have an edge. That's why the sound occasionally warps, and you know, the capture doesn't look so great. That's because Sega Genesis capture never looks great. I don't know why, it just doesn't. But whatever, this game's great. The sprites still look great. The sound is amazing. It's just the best beat 'em up ever, and I'm glad I got a good run. I was feeling pretty hopeless, like none of my strats work, but it was just random beat 'em ups. That was why they didn't work last time. Let's beat 'em up. Also, commentary is distracting. I didn't commentate this run live. I just didn't have a mic by me at all, and man, I did way better. But usually, you just want to walk down the damn road. But they are pestering me, and you see me shoulder tackling backwards. I was actually trying to shoulder tackle away, but it'll auto-correct and go toward, like, the enemy. If there's just enemies close to you, behind you, it'll just go the other way. You have no choice. You think you have a choice, but you don't. So the signals, they can do back fists, spinning back fist, and the slide. And they can throw you. So they have like a big arsenal of tools, but they're not deadly if you get to them and isolate them and then body slam them into other people. This guy breathes fire. All fat dudes do, but they're susceptible to all grabs. As long as you grab them and immediately do something, otherwise they're gonna smack the crap out of you. Bikers are pretty nuts. So 4 flashes of the go, and then I can do a jump elbow. That's how I time that. And this is just manually timed. After that jump guy, and then after he dies, I do it again. Sometimes you get stuck on the sandbags, you gotta be careful. Picked up the apple. I don't think I wanted to yet. Just wanted to kill that biker, he was being annoying. So they do these instant air dive kicks. It's really... Sometimes you can just get them in grabs over and over again. Sometimes they're not. They don't play nice. The dominatrixes. See, like sometimes, nope. So they're kind of like the punks, or the jacks that throw the knives. They do not like jumping at them and wake up. They don't like being by them and wake up. So if I line myself up with the right pixel, and then I jump elbow, sometimes they'll slide, and then I'll get them, and then I can do like quick kill on both these guys. But he does not behave like the Zamza and the Nail, where you can just get him into infinite block stun when he does that slap. This is going actually okay, other than Stealth being a dick. Stealth is not the boss, you don't even need to kill him. He would have been dead there if I had health to shoulder ram. Of course I didn't. So we take a death here. I think this is the first death. I start mashing Lariat a lot, and it doesn't hit, he just keeps jumping around like a jerk. But then I get that, and I should have shoulder rammed, but... Damn, Jet. Look at Jet is really trying to get me. I finally slide at something. It looked bad, and I am losing time, but, like, I'll take it, right? I'm just happy I have so many lives. Usually I have 1 life. By the time I get to plan, I have 8. Now it's dead. So this is the hardest level in the game. Certainly the longest. I thought I was in the right position. I guess I wasn't. First time he breathes fire. Oh, buffet. Donovan's about to be a jerk here. Just keep punching me in the back of the head. I think I lose. Yeah, there's that slap combo. Yeah, things do not go so well for us. Our hero loses a lot of time on this stage. Actually, I don't lose time, really, not much. Just, you kind of don't want to do anything that makes them bounce off the screen, especially with a conveyor belt. Who designed this? Oh, I get grabbed here. I didn't realize it because I was looking at chat. Which, ironically, no one was chatting. I was just glancing over to see if someone was. And I didn't even know I was grabbed. I was just mashing slide. So, more jabs of death from the Legion of Doom. Donovans, I don't want to deal with their punches. Back and forth. They work well in packs. And we have to diagonally walk into her and do the slow punch combo. We want to kill her before we advance the screen at all. And we want to kill him as well. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have advanced the screen, but I got thrown, which advanced the screen. That's not too bad though. As long as I get this turkey. Get the turkey. Yeah. And then we're gonna, of course, we defy physics when we stand on the conveyor belt while grabbing. He just doesn't move. Oh, this guy! What is he doing? Look at, he just flips off the screen. I can't chase you. You're not conveyor belt. Look at, he takes forever to get over here. Does the flip. What are you supposed to do there? When he does the front flip lock-on thing. I don't know, man. I lose a couple lives on this next area, though. By far the hardest area in the game. So many enemies. This elevator is the elevator of death. But yeah, just a lot of atomic dropping into crowds. Trying to save that turkey. I think I have to grab it soon though. And if you grab a lesser enemy, like a Donovan and Galcia, you don't actually have to throw them immediately. They're not going to break out as long as an enemy doesn't get into your proximity. So all you really need to do is just hold on to them and wait for the wave of enemies. And of course, this guy went nothing. I missed his cross-up axe handles a lot. I got that somehow. I don't know how, but I don't know why I was missing. Like, if you're darting right at me, I should be able to hit you, because you're gonna hit me, right? It's the slow kill. You can grab him as well. It's actually easier to grab him, but I was just being cautious. That ninja hits you, but you can still atomic drop him if you just hold your ground. Diagonal direction. He threw me in, but everyone was almost already dead, which is pretty good. Boom. Ho-oh. And now we gotta wait for Kickboxer. You can get Kickboxer throw loops, but I threw him the wrong way, and then I lariated as he was waking up like an idiot. Bikers just ruin everything. That was pretty good, though. The fact that I died actually made it easier to drop everyone, since they all fall over when you die. That guy had a lot of health. I'm glad he died so soon. When they grab you, the only way out is lariat. So here, I lariat to bide time, so I can grab the Bob. I call him Bob, I don't know why. And I thought it said Andrew. Magus 1, 2, 3, 4 got fat. So yeah, see, that's how you slide under the. Yeah, this might be the worst enemy combo I've seen in the game. It's just not good. I'm gonna get hit, aren't I? Yeah. I don't care. I have lives to spare. I mean, it does waste time. It's probably why I lost time on the stages. Multiple deaths. So I wait here. Then I slide right after he's up, because I don't want to get punched. If he's right next to a knife, he'll pick it up, so that's your opportunity to get an easy grab. But most of the time he doesn't do that, unless he's right in front of him. I got a good grab on this robot. He came out at the right spot, which is kind of random, but then I didn't do the right thing. I just jumped through him. Should have punched him to death. And now they're working as a team, because robots... Yeah. And he's ready to explode. The gray one explodes when he's low on health and close, which I didn't care. Why not? Go ahead. I'll beat up your friend now. Normally you can't grapple them either, but since I'm hitting the knees immediately and then going into the slaps, they don't have time to electrocute you. So I lost some time there, but I'd say that's about as salvageable as it gets. This stage is strange. I killed the Donovan. I did the setup wrong, by the way, but it was okay until he piped me. And then I just went on a rampage. Like, okay, yeah, okay. I didn't kill Donovan. Normally it's Donovan you have to kill for him to show up, and he shows up in the right corner. But he just showed up as soon as I came onto the screen. And it confused the fuck out of me. You can get atomic drops on him easier than his Bear Senior. You don't have to do the lariat because he never does the Dragon Punch. You just, you know, as he's getting up, you do the whole diagonal walk up into his back. You know, which is, I didn't get into the position in time for Vulture, but it doesn't matter. Still in the corner. This is the most fun stage in the game, provided everything goes clean. I'm gonna do a little swag kick here. It's the mule kick, man. B plus C. Sometimes you do it by accident when you're trying to do a atomic. Do mule kick instead. So nail, you need to do the whole block stun thing. So there's the first. But I'm low in health, so I probably am gonna have to die because he's not cooperating, just jumping around. So I die on purpose. Because I don't know any other way to beat him. And then I hit him in his slide. Grabs me because I was too close. And there we go. Could have been worse. Kickboxer. Atomic drop him. Just smack this guy around. And now wrestler, you cannot get the throw set up on him. He will like lift his arms up or whatever. So you slide him into a corner, jump kick him. Whatever your choice is. And then you do atomic drops. Hold up with your back to the wall. Then another swag kick. Damn. This fight coming up goes strange. Didn't seem to lose much time. In fact, I gained time on the stage. But it's very strange. So I get the setup. I do the safe setup, which is land in the front. But as you see, the slap combos didn't do any damage. I don't know. I grabbed him on a special frame. That's all I could say. You can elbow over him, put him into block stun, and do the atomic drop. But it's a very specific spacing and time. Where it's easier just to elbow, put him in block stun, land in front, and then just go into the knees. But it didn't do damage. So now my only other strategy is spam specials. Do a couple lariats. He'll kill me on purpose because I don't know any other way to beat him. And specials and slides. So there we go. Mr. X doesn't go particularly well. Well, it does go well, but not in the traditional way. He walks into my arms. I hit him with some specials. I never get an atomic drop on him, I don't think. A lot of front throws, which you see does way less damage. Could have just specialed him there, but I get him in a slap combo, which is cool. That salvages it pretty much. And now I'm just written it off like I'm gonna special him to death because I got the health, and there we go. Split right on the last blow. So almost sub 2 from my previous record. It's not a world record. No one really runs this game. I don't know what the record is. And I can't trust your hypercam videos, you know. I can't trust those out there on YouTube. I don't believe them. Let's just say they're a little bit too peachy with your hypercam shit, you know. So it's a fun game. It's very random because it's a beat 'em up, but as you've seen, I manipulated everything pretty well. And Max is a fun character to play. If you played another character, I mean, I guess we could race, but it would probably be a different category normally. Like, your Axel time should not compare to Max time. Because Axel has the easy jab infinite. Max has tons of throw damage, and he slides the screen forward, which is a big difference. But I don't know what this time is. I think it's okay, but I feel there's another minute I could have cut off there. A lot of sloppy mistakes. Got to work on Souther on stage 6. He's the boss. Got to work on stage 7 overall. And if stage 8 didn't go so strange, I think we would have had another minute off. For sure. Would have been a 32-30-ish. So, that's Streets of Rage 2. You should play it, man. Please. Please play it. This game is sweet. I've seen people playing 1 and 3. This guy was playing 1 and 3, and he's playing on an easy mode, and I'm like, just play it on normal, so when you power it down and power it on, it's already set, you know? I'll check it out. That's my other GIF. My victory GIF I made, which is just Max giving Mr. X the business. The tailbone region, he's gonna be sore. I didn't do any of that though in the run, but shoutouts to Zozo. And that's the run. So yeah, come by my stream. I stream every day, every other day. I stream a variety of things. Survival horror, Silent Hill 4 we're doing. We're doing speed runnings like Streets of Rage and Castlevania, and we're doing Xenoblade as well. So stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys later.